will be there representing Bloods. Yes. Creature of the night, don't mean to bring you fright. I'm a creature of the night, not the most pleasant of sight. If alone, gaze into the darkness, I will be there representing Bloods. Yes. All right, hello, everybody. Just checking in here. Let's see here. We just got started here a little bit a day late, but not a dollar short. So as I say, but we're here. Excuse me here. Say something real quick, Sash.
Boom chakalaka.
Just to make sure. Okay, level sound good on there. All right, cool. Lupita, hello, good evening, creatures. She caught us right at the beginning this time, instead of halfway through. It's nice. You joined in beginning. I didn't know if notifications came on. I went ahead and just shared it, the one post, tagged only a couple different people in it. So yeah, we're just kind of busy last night, both of us in a way, especially me. I was trying to get this video done for the Hunter Hunted. Killer Encounters Hunter Hunted, the number 3.
I was sleeping.
Yeah, she was sleeping, but also in the middle of, I think, making work-related calls because I heard her in her room up until the normal time that we would have started. She was on the phone, so I figured it worked out anyway for us to not have done it last night. So
I'm trying to do my schedules, and then they are fucking with the system, and I don't have access to my schedules. It makes it fun.
yeah.
So
there's that. Tonight, just a quick kind of recap here. So planning to, of course, start with the main feature here is doing screening again together of the newest Hunter Hunted. Hunt at Ivory Tower. Ooh. So is that one. And it was uploaded at about midnight, but I didn't share it even on Facebook or anything like that until just moments ago before this. If you got notifications, if you subscribed to that channel, the main channel, then you knew already. So some of you might have already seen this. I don't know if Zach has or not. He didn't say anything about it. Normally he would be... We would know if he did, because he doesn't keep that stuff to himself very much. So he probably hasn't seen it yet.
very open book.
Yeah, he's very open. So we're going to do that. Talk a little bit about recap of how last weekend's Reptile Show went and our new additions, how they're doing. And then kind of end it with a little bit of a rant, I guess I have, again, as a reminder for those who are... the religious bunch that tend to decide it's good to judge others who don't agree completely with everything they do. So I seen you reacted to the one post that maybe sparked this. Did you read it? What did you think of it? Was that that was a doozy. So
Special.
Anyway, so we'll start with this, and remember, unlike last time, stay for the credits too, because remember the dollar stuff and the little gizmos are in the thing, so don't close out right after the end title shows up. Just reminding you, letting you know. Jay's here too. Cool. Jay is a kind of a castmate. He's a voiceover in it, so he's the command control person that basically all we hear from him is if we do a good job, he tells us good job. If we do a bad job, he says, you guys suck, you need to go back and do it again, kind of thing. So, anyway, here we go. Without further ado, and I might have to adjust the levels on this. Let me know if it sounds good once we start it. All right. Nice, Jay.
Mysterious and creepy things have happened here. Teamwork is needed. Good luck.
All right, so on this one, Finn is on leave right now, but we did get his assignment passed along to us. This one should be a smaller hunt to see what we can find out. I'm not sure what we'll come across, but some of the stories we're hearing, just kind of the heebie-jeebies. People don't like to be around this area. Cold spots, keep that in mind too. Things like that, so.
Alright.
Okay. First spot right here is this little abandoned old bridge right here that they say sometimes see some orb activity and things. So I'm going to see if we can get some readings here before we get to the main tower area.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay. Alright, here's K2 for EMF. Let's see what we can get here. Alright. Alright, do some spirit box. Okay. Alright, anybody in here? Who are you? Where are you? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you close? Who are you? Who are you? Orbs. Where are you? Who are you? It's extremely hot right now, but there's a bit of a cool breeze through here. Keep that. Nothing of that.
Nothing on K2.
Okay. No EMF. All right. No EMF. All right. Anybody in here? Oh, okay. Caught something, perhaps, in Spirit Box. So keep that in mind for this area. It's kind of, could be the land. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go on top of it. I'm gonna go on top of it. Are you friendly? Are you close? Where are you? Who are you? What do you want? Anyone up here? Friendly? Are you close? Where are you? Who are you? What do you want? Yep, we have Orbeez.
Do you see that?
Think you seen an orb?
Not sure, but it looked like one.
Okay. Alright. Okay, grab this, put it up. There's activity can happen any time of the day. This one in particular, they wanted us out during the daytime, so that's what we're doing today. It's a little different from our last few. It's been a while since we have daytime.
Oh, the car was paddling on that.
Investigation. Nova, we're almost there. Just got to get around this
Very, very tight corner.
bend here.
Jeez.
Maybe this will be a deterrent for some people to come up here.
Let's hope so.
Especially until we figure out what might be going on here and getting that information passed along to the remedies team. Now, there she is. Okay. All right. There it is. See here. All right. So let's go in here. I'll go search for fingerprints. We have to rule that out first. Let me check sanity every once in a while. Figure it from there. Okay. We might not need the secondary one. We'll see if we need more camera placements. But let me run.
You want me to grab?
Take in with this one. If you want to do spare box and audio. Record.
So hot that day.
Yes, it was. Order. All right. What's going on here? Alright, EMF is on. Anybody in here? Anybody in here? Make your presence known. Not getting any abnormal readings on the UV. Put this down for a second. I'm gonna grab something else. Left the EMF right there for a second.
Anybody in here? Is there anybody that wants to speak with me? Can you tell me your name?
Grab thermometer and laser dots. See here.
That was weird.
What?
It vibrated in my hand.
Yeah? Nice. So maybe there's something. So let's see if there's any audio that we get from it. Alright. Do laser grids here. And temperature. Not seeing much here.
Sound like something was trying to come on over it.
Yep, there it is again. Sound like, I almost thought it sounded like Get Out. We'll have to see. Let me take that. That's okay. All right, here we go. All right, so now we're heading upstairs. See what's up here. Okay. We'll put this one down right here. Camera to see what we see, if anything.
Nice hot spot right here.
Yeah. Baseline 85, 86, 88.
So far we've had spirit box.
Banshees just open up right there. That's kind of funny.
Banshees.
Haven't had one yet during this, but
What was that?
hearing noises. Was that you? I'll have to zoom out again here. All right, there.
Ooh.
If that was you, can you do that again? Went up to 5 again.
Do we have EMF 5?
Yeah, it went all the way. It was just for a split second.
So, let's mark EMF 5.
Yeah, so EMF. And spirit box. Where are we at on our things here? So, rules out Banshee. Rules out Black-Eyed Children, not the Grim.
Wait,
So far we have
Need a better pick for that part, by the way.
cold spots. Did feel a cold spot earlier, and there was reports of orbs. Temperature drop I'm working on, seeing if we can get that. And we have spirit box.
I
bit.
told
Let me
you I
get
saw an orb out by
Yeah.
the...
So it could be some form of some kind of a normal, just maybe pissed off spirit. Let's see here. Let me do the laser grid again.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'd be pissed off if people came and trampled in my home all the time.
Yeah. Probably gonna go check on sanity a little bit here. 85 to 74. There it is. 74. 10, 11 difference. Okay. All right. Ooh. It's starting to get with us. Had the interference. And
Yep, that's our
there
sign.
you go. Let's go. Be quiet. I don't have SB. I don't have spirit box. No, it's all off.
Well, and I was not moving very fast down those steps.
No. Spirit probably would have got you. See that ghosting effect? It's kind of cool. Not super fast. Okay. We have to get to the other level, the highest one up once we get this hunt done. I know. We gotta check our sanity before we go back.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't let it see you.
That's why I dropped down.
Even if it's a regular spirit, might be. Dropping us like crazy. No.
Well, we know they can be vindictive, especially if they're super pissed.
Okay. This is
I
quiet.
it's done.
I think it's done. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Check sanity. Take a pill. Let's see if there's any cursed item here. I've not found it yet. I'll take one sanity pill. Just to make sure. I'll give you one. There you go. Restored. Only like 45. Okay.
We don't need a repeat of what happened to Fenn, so...
Right. Okay. smudge stick with me just in case. So, it's going up there. There's no place to hide. You good? Oh, I think you got it.
I may need to refill
I got
the
it.
refill bottle.
I'll put this book just right here. It doesn't need to be. Let's see here. Oh my. Okay. All right.
That was still so fresh after
I can
my
feel it from
foot.
here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who left this here and why? I feel sanity drain already. I feel woozy.
Yep, me too.
All right. Here. Let's try to use this here to our advantage. All right. Can you show me who you are, who you might be, please?
Can you show us your face? Show us who you are?
Whoa, okay.
Thank you.
Wow, all right. Okay, sanity drain here. Okay, 1 second. All right, you can stop. Bye. Okay. Oh, it's hunting again. There's nowhere to go here. I have to. An orb. All right, that's good.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. Here it comes. All right, that's good.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Step back. Step back. Just in case. What?
Pain in my side.
Okay. I ran back down. All right. I'm gonna wait. We'll check that in a second. You might have been scratched. That is a thing. Okay, it's done. Let's go. Grab this. Get back down. We'll check out your
Let
scratch.
me-
Hold this. All right, smudging our way out of here so we can get out. All right. Okay, here we go. Whew. Well, that was intense. Second there. Let's put this out now. All right, let's see that scratch here. Oh, yeah, you got pretty good there. That was before the smudge had full effect, so it still managed to. Okay. Looking more and more like spirit, I think.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So we had that electrical interference a little bit ago. And we noticed that the camera wasn't
Right.
cooperating anymore. And I swear I saw dots, but with it being daytime, it's very, very hard to tell.
Right. Okay.
But based on everything we've got, it has to be a spirit.
Okay.
Very pissed off spirit, but it's still a spirit.
Yeah.
Looks like evidence pointed you to the correct ghost type. Nice work.
There it is. So, there it is, folks. There it is.
$333.
A $333 scratch. That was worth it. That was great. That spirit was something else. But yeah, Lupita, that's why the team, Viper and Nova and myself were summoned there to check it out because people didn't want to go to that tower anymore. Of course you wouldn't want to if you got scratched. So, fun times. That was a good one. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was fun. That was right before our actual first
Yeah.
paranormal investigation with me helping out.
We really fit
So-
that one in there. It was a doozy. It was like a 90-degree day in August. And we actually had a paranormal investigation for real on my actual real-life team. So we were over in that state. And I was like, I'm going to take her. Let's do this next hunt. Why don't we just fit this in right before our actual investigation? And we made it work. I mean, it was one of those things where sometimes, occasionally, there's a tourist that comes and visits stuff, so we had to take little breaks every once in a while.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Then the people
bad.
smoking weed up in the tower.
Yeah. I on the other hand look like goof too because I had to do the full out shadow suit effect thing, so I was running around like a madman in that thing in a 95-degree weather. That was hot.
And then having to switch back and forth in between the two.
Yeah, that was hot. So
Like, we were all sweating and shit, so it was like trying to get that damn thing on you just wasn't wanting to operate.
miserable. But we got that one in there, so that was third one. And kind of daytime one to kind of show that for the real aspect of things, that stuff can happen in the daytime too. So made that work for that because if I wanted to do it at night, we could have there. It would have been later on, but the problem is our real investigation, which was more important, was going to overlap on that time. Because that park was open till like 10, I think, for to see the tower. And back then in August, it was daylight till like 8:30. So we would have maybe had time to do it if we weren't interrupted. And we could have made it a nighttime thing. But couldn't have.
Considering how
Just
that
couldn't have.
investigation went, it was probably best that we did it beforehand.
Mm-hmm. So, anywho, so that was that one. Check them out. That's the third one now. We've watched them each as each pops up available. We watched the second one on Halloween.
For the record, even me and Zach haven't seen the official what they look like when they're getting done until we do it here or he releases it on YouTube. I don't watch them until we watch them together, but yeah, we don't even get to know what it's like. Yeah, we were there and everything, but it's not the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So you see all the little effects and the final things that just make it, give it a polished, just makes it so much better. Because when you're there and stuff, it's kind of, you can kind of get an idea of what it will maybe look like, but maybe not completely unless because what you guys see is a finished product there. So if I'm in the like full green suit, I'm invisible, and you just see these polter-like throws of objects from unseen hands. But what these guys will see, of course, is me ridiculous in a full-body green screen suit, manually, doing it. They see everything that happens for how it's done, and it loses a little bit of that magic when it's so a suspension of disbelief. Is so much better. So, again, it's on that channel, Lupita. I thought you subscribed already. The Klein Studios production. It's the same one that has Paranormal Endeavors episodes on it. So
I have to go get my little friend that I was gonna have stream with me tonight, so I will be right back.
oh, we're gonna go into the segue here about our
I know.
reptile visit. Okay.
So I will be right back.
All right, we're going to that next. So, but yeah, no, Klein Studios production on YouTube. I thought I'm surprised if he didn't already have me on there. But oops, Klein Studios production. This one. Definitely have to get that changed then if you didn't already subscribe. I thought you did a while back. But yeah, this is the one. This is where the Peculiar Encounters, regular Peculiar Encounters, which we call legacy ones now because they're kind of the old original ones. They're just regular exploration, urbexing, skits, stuff. They're more nonfiction related kind of vlogs type things where Peculiar Encounters Hunt or Hunted is an adaptation or spin-off, if you will, where we assume characters and it's done in this world of Hunter Hunted. It's a little bit scarier. It's more supposed to be kind of a horror, inspired by games, ghost hunting games, horror genre stuff, supernatural stuff that we all like, with a bit of that urbex in there because we're exploring in some of these places. We do this at locations that are abandoned, like the houses that were in the first two, and then the one I think that will be maybe not next, but the one after will be another abandoned house. So things like that.
That one.
Anyway, what?
That house.
Oh yeah, house that you sunk your foot in the floor.
Yeah, I almost fell to the bottom of the floor.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, yeah, that one was not my favorite. I was a van camper for most.
It was an eerie one, especially when the mention of the ghost type was brought up.
Yeah.
It kind of got eerie there. Some of the stuff when you do this, we always do, especially feels icky or eerie. We do a St. Michael prayer, do some kind of a cleansing something before, because sometimes the forces at bay or at B don't really know that line between make believe and reality. So
Speaking of, we still have to speak with the spirits here about our last.
I mean, I did when I went around with Palo Santo.
Okay.
Remember? You were on the couch. I thought you were like dozed out of it.
Who knows?
Because you were on the couch on your phone, I think. But yeah, no, I went around floor and just kind of did my thing on that. I think Zach remembers me doing that. Speaking of which, he's now joining us. Hello, Zach. What?
Hi, Zach. No, you said something about if they wanted to speak to us or whatever, that we would do another thing with them. But we haven't done that yet.
With who?
So. The spirits of the house.
Oh, yeah. That's, yeah.
We had some actual stuff.
Right. Admiring the architecture. Yeah, it was good. Just letting you know. I know you're busy, so you couldn't watch right away. Eric, you need to be holding a sword up in that balcony area. I know, right? That's a good photo op point. I love that castle tower. It's cool. I'm sure they're very violent. Wild Wear. Okay. And Jay's back. He says, my bad. But was in a game. I just wanted to say it was good watch. Well put together. Thank you. Let's see. Connection is spotty where I am in the mountains. Okay. If it's too scary, that might be why I'm putting up. You're kind of bossy with the spirits, Eric. You don't even say I come in peace. That might anger. Yeah, the character of Viper is way different from the actual when we run, Paranormal Endeavor stuff. Definitely a lot more respect on that aspect, where this one, even in the last one that we just watched, I think there was a part in there where even Nova was just like, come on out, just very demanding. So it's kind of funny. Was that or the Jinn one? It might have been part 2 of the Jinn.
The Jinn one.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, definitely different approach on this. Talking to him differently. Obviously, there's this make-believe, fictitious, monetary war, just like in Phasmophobia and different games like that, where it's like you guessed correctly, you get your reward, kind of thing. It's like, if only, but no, that's not how it works. But it's all good fun, all good kind of loosely written, but not really much writing. This isn't really scripted. It is hypothetically, but it's more improv. Kind of go with it, and I think as we do more and more of these, we'll get better at kind of doing it. Like there'll be some bullet point ideas, some little like, okay, this is the main concept, dot 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 dot. But they won't really know until like the day of that we're getting ready to do the hunt of which ghost it or type it will
we don't
be.
even know that we're doing a hunt until like 10 minutes before, like, hey, by the way, we're gonna go here.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's enough with that. Moving on here in the next segue. But yeah, check out Peculiar Encounters, Hunt or Hunted. If you want to check out the Legacy Peculiar Encounters, or did a lot of exploration with best friend Colton and stuff, and a few other friends along the way. That goes back to 2018. Check those out. They're all on that channel, Colony Studios. So, anyway, moving into reptiles here. So, she, of course, presented hers on there. You can see. That's her new baby Beardy. And we got a reptile show last Saturday. And say its name again.
Mifa.
There you go. So, went in there. Yeah. Went in there, and you always expect to talk yourself out of something, usually, and I do too, and I have. It's just one of those things, because reptiles are pricey. Reptiles are pricey. Beardies aren't as bad, but they can still be, especially when they're not the regular run-of-the-mill color type, they can go up steep. Like mine that I ended up getting also from the same clutch as the one she has. It's the one that you probably saw in my pictures. It is more of a reddish. It's a brilliant color, very bright. It's a little different type than the one she has, but it's way more pricey than my oldest that I got, which is still alive with me now, almost 10 years old. Dust Devil. That was a regular run of the mill type. I think that was like a $50 one at a pet store back in the day.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was $25 more than mine, which is the only reason I didn't end up getting that one, because I was like, I need that $25.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ended up getting it. So, but yeah, when we went there, I think she was looking more so for a buddy for Zelda, which is her leopard gecko, and she's looking around. We spent quite a bit of time on that mission, but
I didn't have that big of a selection this year, and
yeah.
The ones that they did have that looked decent, they were too big. Like they were a lot bigger than what Zelda was, and I didn't want to, risk Zelda getting bullied
right
by a big one.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. Speaking of Zelda, did you want to talk about how you almost became a reptile grandmother?
So we decided to downsize her tank a little bit, because she wasn't a good 30-gallon tank.
Mm-hmm.
You can fit up to 5 more Zeldas in a 30-gallon tank.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and downsize it to this 10-gallon. It would be easier to keep clean and whatnot anyways. And while I'm moving the stuff into the 10-gallon, I moved one of her hideaways, and there were 2 eggs under it. I didn't know they were eggs at first. I had to ask him, but unfortunately, they were duds. There was nothing viable in them.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently, either when I got her, she had mated beforehand, or from what I read, she could have done it because of the stress from changing terrariums, from what she was used to what I put her in. But who knows? I mean, I kind of wish that I had a baby geckos on the way, but
yeah,
at the same time, I'm okay.
Well, it's kind of like me with the wood turtles. They laid an egg a month ago or a little more, and I think it's a dud too. I've had it in there. I'm not sure how long it was in there. That's the thing. Need to definitely, I guess, be more vigilant for the egg aspects of things, and looking in different places and nooks and crannies and enclosures, because you never know when you have one. And with the turtle aspect, it could have maybe been fertilized one.
Yeah.
With some reptiles, they can push out ones that aren't fertilized, and they're duds. But go ahead.
Yeah, with Zelda, it's kind of a hit or miss whether or not she might have been. She just licked me. If she might have been mated beforehand, I don't know. They said 3 or 4 weeks afterwards, but I don't know how long that egg was in there, or those eggs. So I don't know if that was the situation or if she just kind of did them on her own.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But it was pretty to find them in there. It was just kind of oh, but it was kind of like bittersweet too. It was like oh, but
Yeah.
so there was that. So we got her moved into her enclosure. It's kind of downsized, but appropriate for one of her. It would have been maybe something where we would have downsized to maybe a 20 tall or a 15 gallon if she did end up getting a buddy instead of that buddy that she has on her. But ended up getting another gecko for them. Then probably would have. I mean, 10 gallon probably would have still been okay for both of them, but probably 15 would have been safer. Um, but that didn't happen, so I think it's going to be a single Pringle for a while. So we just put it in the 10 gallon for now and called it good. And then we moved these guys into I think it's a 15 right now, which they will outgrow quickly because beardies can grow fast and they're a medium-sized lizard ultimately. So they will. They're not like an iguana, but you what?
I'm pretty sure their tank is the same size as Zelda's.
I thought it was slightly bigger. I thought it was slightly bigger, but because they're gonna outgrow that, and so we're gonna have to put them in. Because I do have a 15. If it's not the 15, I do have one that's in there, but they're gonna ultimately need to be put in a 20 before you know it, and then 55 gallon or bigger or something because they'll grow pretty quick. Or I have to customize one like I did with my adult beardies and make something. But we have a little bit of time, but I mean they'll grow faster than you think. And these are already bigger than the ones that you see in pet stores that are like under a year old, hatchling type ones that are just cute little babies. These are bigger than those. So, but not nearly as big as my adults. That's why we didn't put them all together because these guys are too small, I think, for them. It's kind of why I have smaller African clawed frogs that were like kind of the baby froglets, and I didn't put them in with my adult frogs because the adult frogs try to put anything in their mouth, try to eat anything. So I didn't want that to even be a thing. You got a cold?
She sees the light background and she's thinking that it's something for her to eat.
Yeah. I'm getting over something. That's what it was. It started last Sunday, and it was just kind of a 48-hour little thing. But it's the drainage and the mucinex and all this kind of stuff that trails that can be a week and 2 weeks later, that kind of thing. I think we've all been there where it's like the initial hit is very short. You have your scratchy throat, sore throat, or whatever. You don't even really have the coughs or a fever or anything like that. So, but then the sore throat's gone. And then it's the congestion and the coughs and that annoying phase I almost hate worse than the initial because it lasts longer and it's annoying. Just going about your day, or if I'm trying to do a workout, of course it's going to push out more coughs because it just forces that respiratory thing. So that can last for a little bit of time here. Hopefully it's all wrapped up though, and I don't sound congested by next week. But otherwise it's fine. I don't have the sore throat, no scratching, nothing. So, but I know there's a lot of something going around. Some people say COVID's going at it again. Some people say it's just that time of the year where everyone gets sick. So who knows? And I would like to say that we got it from the singer, Hawthorne Heights, because he was sick, JT, and we did the meet and greet, and he said he didn't really want to. He just said he'll do the arm shake stuff. He didn't want to get too close to shake hands or anything like that. But I almost wanted to say it's like What if we just said, yeah, we got it. We caught it from him. It'd be kind of funny.
He wrapped his arm around me for the picture.
Yeah, exactly. So, so that's kind of where we're at here on that. So Reptile Show. Otherwise, it was really, I mean, it's a decent small to medium sized show. Not anything too huge. We generally go to this each time. Last time we went to it was in the spring. And it's kind of the same thing that happened last time too, where it's like they have a lot of geckos, snakes, spiders, insects.
They didn't have any bunnies this time to
What?
talk me out of.
Didn't have
They
what?
didn't have any bunnies this time.
Oh yeah, and the stuff basically I'm not really seeking right now is the point. They have a lot of that. It's kind of like when you go. It's equivalent to like when we go to a metaphysical show, expo thing, like what I took her to a few weeks back. And it's the same thing there, where they have a lot of psychic tables set up, a lot of different readers, tarot readers, et cetera, and then only like 1 or 2 booths that actually interest me. There we go. Because I don't go to these to see psychic readers or anything like that. I don't know. I have my own friends and my own people. If I wanted a reading, I could do that, or I could try to read myself. But it's always best to not be biased and get a separate reading for someone else, even if you are open yourself. But it's the same thing like that, because I don't really need snake right now. I don't need, and they're just
without us having a snake.
Yeah, they're overly represented at these things. And so there was really, unfortunately, just kind of how it was, but really one main booth there, and they all know my name. They were happy to see me, and they were right by the door, so when we went in, it was hard to miss. They spotted me, and I saw them. Because it was the one where I got the cherry head the last time. And then...
It was a taco where I was getting a lizard or a tortoise.
Yeah. So they had the one vendor there. That was the main thing. It's like, oh, okay. And then the rest of it was just kind of like, oh, just kind of walk through. It's kind of like going in a Hot Topic nowadays versus a Hot Topic in 2000. So like I could just go in there, walk around, look, and go out without buying anything. Sadly, but that's kind of how this... I wouldn't say it was a flop. It was just kind of just didn't have much. I'm just surprised they don't really have as much turtles, the shelled friends. Only this one guy, this one vendor had a wide variety of tortoises that were even adults, some of them, and some hard-shell turtles. And then there's like 1 or 2 that had a couple sulcata tortoises that were babies. That's it. I mean, it just seems like the reptile show market is flooded with a lot of gecko type lizards. And
No, don't even put the geckos in there, because there weren't a whole bunch of those.
No,
either.
I'm not talking about your kind. I'm talking about the kind that look like leaf. They have a shit ton of those. The crested, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, even those, they didn't have nearly as many of this time around. It was more snakes than anything else this time.
But the point is, that's normally what it is. It's a lot of these reptile shows generally have a shit ton of those, shit ton of snakes, shit ton of insects. Because, the insect people, the arachnid people, stuff like that, that's kind of in that exotic family also. So they go to these things. But that's kind of how it is. And I guess the bigger show was in St. Louis this weekend. It was happening today. Had I known about it, maybe I would have ended up saving it and going to that one instead. I just can't afford to go to 2 back-to-back week-to-week shows. So
I'm okay with what we got.
yeah, that's kind of how I am too. Because somebody had brought that up to me, and I was like, oh, I guess I didn't even know about that one. Because this one where remember, I forget her name. Was it Emma? Snake Discovery. It's one of the YouTuber ones. She's the very skinny, kind of ditzy blonde.
Okay, blonde. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that had their store broken into one time. She did that video. Yeah, I guess they go to that show. So it's a little bit bigger production. And it probably would have had more variety, but that's okay. There's always, I guess they come to town each year, so next year maybe we'll go do something different than the small one that's kind of in a barn that reminds me of 4-H.
I'm okay with
Fairgrounds.
pizza here in yours, so.
Yeah. I'm glad you're much better. Yeah, thanks. So that's the reptile thing. So wrapping up here in the last few minutes here up to the hour mark of our stream.
I gotta go to work here shortly.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, oh, one more thing on the reptile thing too. So I got my lizard too, but then also I got the albino baby red-eared slider. So I guess there are like 1 in 10,000 or 1 in 100,000 of them that survive in the wild. So they're kind of a rare thing. They're not as rare in captivity, but they are in the wild just because they're easy to spot. They don't really have the camouflage that the regular red-eared sliders have. So it's so cute. It's in with the baby softshell turtle right now, and they seem to be getting along. JJ is what we're calling it for now. Yeah.
Jackson Jr.
Yeah. So that's that. And you've seen the pictures of it probably if you follow my Facebook regular normal page. I posted them on there when we were coming home. The new babies.
Yes.
So, but yeah. So, last thing I wanted to kind of touch base on, and we've dealt with these types plenty. Working, being, unique individuals working in the paranormal field. Even friends of mine that are pagan, Wiccan, practice anything that is deemed in very old school viewpoint as being, something that is witchcraft. The devil, something that's witchcraft in a black arts form. That's like, ooh. Yeah, I ran into this guy. It was one of those Facebook rando people. And he kind of was asking some questions like, oh, so what do you do for fun? The usual small talk crap. And just like, well, I do, just kind of storm spotter stuff. He saw on my page I'm paranormal. So he focused on that. And I was like, okay. I mean, because I knew from his conversation that he said he was a kind of a church-going, devout Catholic type. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool. I mean, whatever. He's wanting to try to get to know me better. As maybe like a friend kind of thing. What happened?
He got my nose.
Oh. And just kind of piqued his interest about the paranormal thing. So I think he was it seemed like the vibe I was getting out of it was he was starting to have, I don't know if it was a savior complex, like he thought I needed saved. I don't know. But it was kind of one of those things where it's just like, oh, you do the paranormal? Oh, maybe you shouldn't be talking to the dead. Maybe you shouldn't be meddling with the dead.
He didn't even say maybe. He said you shouldn't.
Yeah, I have that. I shared the thing. I rarely put any posts on, and it's not necessarily putting them on blast personally, because I block them out, so you don't have their stuff. But the context of what was sent, if I feel that it's something that needs to be discussed, I will do that in a manner that I try to be as respectful as I can about it. But at the same time, this shit is a problem. And one reason that a lot of issues that happen, like with wars or disagreements or whatever, a lot of the time, religion is behind it, I've noticed. And being in the paranormal field as long as I have been, experiencing things that I have been, I realized, that there's more to it. And if you want to believe in whatever you want to believe in, that is completely fine. But being in the paranormal field, helping families all these years that I have, it's opened your eyes to where you have to have a very wide open mind. You cannot have a narrow mind when you're working with this kind of stuff. And especially, you cannot, just out of respect, come up to somebody and say, no, what you believe in is wrong. Okay, you don't know me. We've talked for 3 or 4 days. You do not know completely. I gave him the YouTube channel. You can watch Paranormal Endeavors and see what we do.
not going to do you any good.
I know.
He-
I figured these
his
hardcore
opinion
religious
on it.
types, it won't matter. They're still going to be so dead on with their, well, you're dabbling in it anyway, and everything's evil. Everything's a demon and a devil and blah blah. You shouldn't do that. It's like, do you not see that families thanking us for the help and that we made them feel comfortable in their house again? Oh, it doesn't matter. You probably helped a demon doing that. It's like, oh my god.
All right, you could go on for this for another hour.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up here literally in 4 minutes because I'm timing it for exactly an hour. But the bottom line is here, and I'll read this little thing here. Screenshot that I shared. Excuse me.
While you do that, I'm going to go put her away because she's getting cold.
Oh, okay. Bye, lizard.
Bye.
It's funny. What's funny about this though is it starts out very odd, I think, very ironic, because it says, "It's absolutely never my intention to make you uncomfortable or hurt you in any way. I'm a decent, considerable, and honest person. So if you don't want to talk anymore, just tell me," says this guy. And then he goes on in the next breath to say, "And just a reminder, you need to leave the dead alone. Leave them in peace. You are provoking and meddling in areas of this world that you shouldn't be. Leave them alone." So, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable or hurt you in any way. I am a decent human being. I'm an honest person. I'm a decent human being. But you shouldn't, Bob. It's kind of like one of those people that start off a conversation. Just so you know, I'm not racist, but. So, of course, I had to say, and there it is. Felt this hunch we would be oil and water. You narrow-minded religious types will not deter assistance and help of families or businesses going through strange activities. The church has had its fair share of scandals, let me remind you. Anyway, no need to further entertain this. Let's go our separate ways. Have a good one. And let's hope you never find yourself having a paranormal experience and, God forbid, need help. Hope not for your sake. Yeah, that was a pretty good burn, because I've seen that before. People that have they encounter, it doesn't matter what you believe in, Muslim, religion, of Catholic, Christian, Jewish, this paranormal stuff fits all over the place and can happen to you, whether you believe or not. There's so many people that have their belief system shooken because they're going through something that they didn't think they would ever go through, or it was completely against what they were taught, raised up. So if he's a devout Catholic that seriously believes this way, and he has this paranormal event that shakes his belief system, then there's teams like us, luckily, that exist to help people like that. But at the same time, he's gonna be kind of messed up because his belief system, he's so tightly constricted around that he has such a narrow mind, so he doesn't even have an open-mindedness about possibilities of other things or coexisting with those who might believe in something else. Go ahead.
Like you had said on there, even the Catholic faith has its own history of paranormal stuff. So you can't sit here and say, "Oh, I'm Catholic and I don't believe in any of that stuff, and you need to leave them be."
Right. Well, and the irony here is that basically, whether it's a Easter thing or just going on Christmas, those are some of the, it could be argued, those are really some of the biggest ghost stories of all, especially within the Catholic community.
Let's not get started on that.
I'm just saying, that's a very interesting take. If you want to break it down and think about that, that's, so.
Hey, there's an idea for a Creatures One Night. Let's debate that shit.
Yeah, oh, well, that would be an interesting conversation, wouldn't it?
I know, that's why I said it.
Yeah. Normally, I don't go into politics or religion for just because you don't see me post that stuff on my timeline. I will not go there. But when I have to defend myself in some way because I feel approached, then I will, and I had to, and blocked him, so we're good. Maybe we can coexist in this world because he's, going to stay the hell away from me, and it was only inconvenience of like 3 days, and I don't know the guy. Needless to say, whether I get, this live stream gets banned on YouTube or not, he called me it rhymes with P and Rick. As his last thing, I was always blocking him. Yeah, basically, it's that. I'm less like, oh, well, I mean, well, thank you. I've been called many things, but... So, you all loving person, but yet they seem to be the most judgmental, and this was case in point. Just gets me mind blown every time. It's like, the preach of this, I'm a decent person, blah, 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 blah. Go to church on Sunday, blah, blah. And then...
I'm a decent
the most
person who doesn't go to church and
judgmental asshole.
I told you about my old manager that she was like the rudest person I've ever met in my entire life. Would talk down to all the employees and stuff, and I've actually had reported her to HR for how she treated an employee. She was a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
It's that two-sidedness that drives me nuts.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I personally am not involved in an organized establishment when it comes to religion. I kind of believe in a lot of different things because it helps with the team. And I've developed my own, which I think everyone's encouraged to. If you're raised one way, that's fine. If you want to continue that. But if you want to expand out, take a look at other belief systems. Take a look at that stuff. It's interesting. And a lot of it really, whether you're just calling it different names, a lot of it's the same stuff. Just under a different title, different umbrella. So just why are we all, bickering or at each other's throats for different belief systems? I never understood it, but that's one thing that's just been around since the beginning of mankind, and it's not going anywhere.
Because people don't know how to not fight.
Clearly. So this is what's going on with the Middle East right now and stuff like that. But anyway, okay, that's it. I'll wrap up. Like I said, I'm done. But I just needed to mention that because it was kind of it's funny, humorous, and ironic at the same time. But it's a thing that comes up time to time. Funny is the witches know more about the truth of the spirit realm than the religious people. Yeah. Oh well, Native Americans, same thing. Very spiritual people. I take a lot of their like curse type stuff, whatever, way stronger than a lot of things that might be dished out of someone's homemade holy water in their kitchen. Kyle, my mind has always been open for focus on religion. But just know deep down that religion is false and creates so much drama. Well, it does create a lot of drama. Thanks, creatures. Pleasure meeting up with you on Saturday night. Yep. Nice meeting you too. So on a Saturday night. And yeah, they do exorcism. Yep, that is correct. They do. Very limited and few and far between, but it does exist. Of course, that'd be more of a theological battle than a paranormal. There's a little bit more into that too. But anyway, so that's it for right now. Any final thoughts you have?
No.
You gotta get going.
Yeah, here very, very shortly.
Mm-hmm. So she's working another overnight. But anyway.
And a new employee that's actually working really good, so.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to leave extra early to pick them up again?
Not extra early. She's only 10 minutes extra. And since I leave 2 hours early and it's technically an hour and 40 minutes to get there, I still get.
So you do still have to give her a ride, or you still do?
Yeah, as long as I'm going in at 10 o'clock, I'm helping her out and giving her a ride. It just helps save her with having an Uber. Okay. And I've been in that situation, so I don't mind picking her up. She's close enough to the store. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so on that note, again, sorry I missed you last night on a regular scheduled night, but we made it up. Like I said, just postponed. I announced it as soon as I could because I wanted to have that Hunter Hunted video done So then that way it filled out the hour. Like I said before in the show before that, if I feel like we're not going to have great enough content to continue a full hour at least of stuff without feeling like we're scratching the bottom of the barrel, we will cancel that night, or if at the very least postpone it to the next night or do some one-off night. But yeah,
Nights are not very interesting during the week right now.
yeah, sometimes there's just not a lot to talk about, and we don't want to get on to just bore you about nothing that really happened. My bad for
Force
not.
a conversation.
My bad for not talking in chat. I'm still here, but gaming. That's all right. Nice to have
No
gamed
worries.
with you. We caught up with Jay just a little bit ago, and caught. I mean, first time in over a month since we played with him, so that was kind of nice. So, all right. So with that, stay tuned for this coming week. If we do decide to have a creatures this coming week, well, we'll definitely announce it. If we don't plan to.
No, we won't.
But it will be, I'm hoping very soon, Paranormal Endeavors clip and or trailer of some degree for Chapter 9. So stay tuned for that. That's getting much, much closer and closer. I know it's been a while since there's been new Paranormal Endeavors content, but we're getting close. So close to that. So stay tuned for that. Yay. And maybe I'll drop some more soundtrack clips for the score from that also. Okay. Well, without that, anything else? I don't have anything. So, for now, peace, creatures. Rock on.
Bye.